into management for another NDA. Although you'll need to set that up in the Azure AD.
Okay.
So now let's take a look at how Autopilot works. So there are three key entities involved in Windows Autopilot deployment: the hardware vendor, the IT admin, and the user. Each are playing an important role. There are three easy steps to get everything working properly. So the three steps are device registration, profile creation and assignment, and finally, shipping. Okay, sorry, there was a little interruption.
There was an echo. Sorry about that.
Sorry about the echo. I think everything's fixed.
Yeah, hopefully. Please continue in the chat if there's still an echo. Okay.
All right. So back to everything. Back to it. Device registration. This is the first step. So when you acquire new devices for your organization, the hardware vendor sends you a file containing device IDs. You need to upload this device ID file to the Windows Autopilot deployment service at the Microsoft Store for Business or Partner Central admin portal using your admin AD account. This allows you to claim ownership of these devices for your organization. So in the future, your hardware vendor can automatically perform this step on your behalf. So to start adding devices into Windows Autopilot, sign in to the Microsoft Store for Business as an admin and click Manage. Click on Windows Autopilot Deployment Program. Click on Add Device, and then proceed to the profile creation. And this is the step 2, profile creation and assignment. As the name says, you create the deployment profile and assign it to your devices. So you can customize your user's setup experience and configuration by creating a deployment profile through the Partner Center as shown here. To create this profile, select the steps and settings you wish to skip. In the Windows 10 setup experience, choose whether the user must be restricted to a standard account or allowed to have an admin account on the device. Once you create a profile, you can assign it to your organization's devices. You can also make a profile as default, so all devices automatically get assigned this profile. And the last step is shipment. You can now ship the new Windows 10 device from your hardware vendor directly to the employee. All the user needs to do is unbox the device, power it on, and go online.
And log in with their Microsoft 365 account.
Yeah.
And that's it. Also, that's
with their Azure AD account profile.
Which is not the same as their
depending if they have Microsoft 365 or not.
Okay.
So Autopilot works regardless if you have Windows, Microsoft 365 or not.
Okay.
It's a better experience if you have Microsoft 365.
Okay.
But it works whenever you have Azure AD and you have Windows 10 licenses, you can assign.
Okay.
Sorry, I should have started the presentation with that.
That's good. I thought you needed to have like Microsoft 365 or another subscription like Windows 10 Enterprise.
Yeah. You need Windows 10.
Okay, yeah, Windows 10.
Yeah.
The user wouldn't have to use
most of the time, the computer comes with Windows 10. So
yeah.
Once you have Azure AD, you log in and you preset the installation. So the point is to make sure that you don't need to get the computer in IT and have an image of your Windows 10 on it.
Yeah.
Using this portal, you can set it up automatically.
So I guess for the end customer, it saves some time. And for the partner, it saves time. But I mean, in the delivery time, you save a couple of days probably.
Yeah, you can order a device, and if the hardware vendor is approved by your IT specialist or consultant, then you can just have it shipped to you. The only thing that the partner needs to do is create the profile in the store for business, a Microsoft store for business. So yeah,
pretty clever.
Yeah, it's cool. Super new feature. So now let's discuss the user experience. So let's say you have the device shipped directly to your end user. As soon as the device is online, even before he enters his organization email address, AutoPilot sees that the device belongs to your organization and delivers a customized setup experience based on the profile assigned to the device. Once the user signs in, the device enrolls in MDM and begins automatically pushing policies, settings, and apps to the device. The user is up and running with all the apps and settings they need without you having to do anything, and all in just a few clicks. After the user powers up the device, the only things they need to select are very minor settings, such as preferred language or keyboard layout. Last, the device joins the Azure AD and is enrolled in Intune for management. If you assign a Windows Enterprise license to the Azure AD user identity, Windows AutoPilot can also automatically upgrade from Windows 10 Pro to Windows 10 Enterprise if needed. This works just like assigning an Office 365 license. There are no product keys or reboots, and you don't even need an enterprise activation server on your corporate network. And then they're ready to go. Now let's take a look at some features that didn't fit elsewhere in the webinar. Some new capabilities will be added to Windows AutoPilot. So Windows AutoPilot deployment will enable self-service deployment capabilities to get new Windows 10 devices into an Active Directory domain join state. Also, Windows AutoPilot will offer the ability to pre-assign a new Windows 10 device to a specific user in your organization via cloud configuration. This will deliver a personalized experience even before the user enters their corporate email address. And finally, this one is a new reset feature in Windows AutoPilot that will enable organizations to easily reset a fully configured device to a business-ready state. These reset devices will retain both Active Directory domain join and MDM enrollment states.
So that's if your PC is corrupted or there's you feel it's slow and you need to reinstall Windows. It's like a one-click button.
It's super simple.
From a remote location, so that the partner doesn't have to go at the client's location on the computer to actually do that.
Yeah, it's super helpful if you have offices, if your customer has an office, let's say in Europe or in Asia. So whenever a vendor is registered, they can do everything remotely.
Yeah.
Without having to go there.
Just across the street in a very populated city where you don't want to take the car and okay, that's great. So that was pretty straightforward. Thanks, GC. Sorry again for the echo at the beginning. Please type in your question in the chats if if you missed some of the information at the beginning about what's AutoPilot and how you can get it. Now let's. I wanted to make sure that we give you some resources to follow up on that. Of course, there's a couple of resources for Sherwood partners that are in the partner toolbox. The first one I think you really have to take a look at is the new Microsoft 365 Pro Series video training. Is it launched yet? I know there was a pre-registration page.
Live.
It's live. Yeah. So it's a very great way to learn about Microsoft 365. Now today we had a deep dive into one of the features, that's AutoPilot, but of course it's a bigger plan, it's a bigger product. And I don't know about you, but like listening to an hour webinar, it's difficult for me. It's stuff I keep registering, but I have a hard time watching it at the time. But this is very short with the transcript, very short video of 2 minutes. You can read the transcript and you get certified. So you're tested on your attention span, basically. I really love the format. Thanks for putting this together, GC, by the way. And of course, there's other resources that you can use for your end customer. So when you go on site, you can present what's Microsoft 365 business, for example, to your SMB customers, and use like a little plan or feature list to show the detailed plans and put your own price and logo in there to show the value to your customers. Now let's take a look at who's ShareWeb. Basically, I know some of you guys are not familiar with ShareWeb, and I just wanted to make sure you understand what we do and how we bring value to partners, because everything we do here is we have a winning together mentality to make sure that we focus on bringing success in the cloud for our partners. So of course, we've been in business for like 20 years, coming from the hosting not industry, but business, and that what makes us specialized in Microsoft technologies and delivering solutions to SMBs and partners like you guys. And more specifically, we have a very engaged mentality, as I said, that to help you grow your cloud business. So your dedicated account manager, for example, is someone that is a senior cloud advisor for you that you can use and come on calls with you and talk business strategy about how you're going to be profitable adding these products. And I know what's the next product launch you're going to have to make sure you continue your growth and you maintain profitability in your business. And of course, we have a very intuitive platform that is super simple, super easy to use, and that brings together all of the things you do and all of the business operations with regards to billing, to support tickets and stuff like that, to manage your clients and manage your subscription all in one place to save you time and actually enjoy doing it. And finally, but not least, what's very different is that we have an accessible workforce, expertise, specialize in all the products we sell to at your disposal, basically, to make sure that you're streamlining your operations, so you don't, when you add new product lines, you don't have to be the expert in Microsoft 365 or just AutoPilot that we mentioned. If you launch a new Azure practice, you don't have to know all of the in-depth details. We have solution architects that can jump on calls as one of your own with your customers. The only thing that we're not doing all the time is flying to your location to actually be there in the room, but that's your role. You can focus on your customer engagement and your customer conversation and the business outcome you're going with that, and let us be the technical back-end experts to support you on that. And finally, all of this put together help you accelerate your cloud growth, because you don't have to do all of these pieces at your own in your own business. You can leverage each of these pieces from ShareWeb and make sure you bring new products that your customers are asking for when they need it. So we don't have 300,000 SKUs. We only have 15 dozen cloud services that are SMB focused, and that we make sure that we understand and have a deep product and service offering around it. So that's what makes us a value added distributor. So finally, if you're not a partner yet, make sure you sign up. It's totally free. You can contact our account managers to learn more about the programs available for you. It's free. There's no commitment. It takes a minute, and you can try Microsoft 365 within a couple of minutes using the Communities portal. And finally, all of the documentation that we mentioned there is available in the toolbox for partners when you sign up. Looking at GC, who's noting some questions that we received. So this may come up pretty quickly. Just a minute, hold on. You see it there? Do we have a question?
We have two questions.
There's two questions.
So I'm noting the ones for Spencer. There's a couple of things there.
Hold on, Spencer. It's coming up. Sorry about that. Got all of that.
Okay, sorry about that. So the first question comes from Spencer. He says he's a little confused about AutoPilot. He wants to know if you can install programs, redirect docs, and deploy printers. So I'm going to give you what I know about AutoPilot for this specific question, but I will make sure to include the Microsoft answer for this question, because I'm not sure I have all the information to give you the best answer. So in the follow-up email, you'll have probably a better answer, but my understanding of the product is that you can install programs as long as they are Microsoft based. So that's what I understand from the product, but I will pass on your question to Microsoft, and I'll get back to you with the answer. And I will put this question and the answer from Microsoft in the follow-up email for this.
I think I concur with you there. From what I understand too, that they need not just be Microsoft, but also subscription based from their cloud, from the CSP, if we're talking about that.
Yeah, so that's what I understand from it, but I don't have enough.
Yeah, so it needs to be like the Office Suite, Intune, Windows 10, obviously.
Anything that pass through Azure Active Directory, things
Teams,
like that.
Stuff like that.
So these things, but it's a very valid question, and like I said, I will make sure to have the best answer possible to this in the follow-up email. The other one I got was from Desmond, and he was asking what hardware vendors are currently supporting AutoPilot. So for this question, I actually have the answer. Any computer that has Windows 10 on it will be AutoPilot ready. So you will be receiving the ID of the device you're buying from the vendor, and you go through the business portal for AutoPilot, and you add the device. And once the device is added, the vendor will be able to ship the device directly to the end user. And once you fire up the laptop or whatever, it will recognize that this laptop is associated with organization X, and it needs to be set up that way.
So from what I understand, is the Windows is not configured at the manufacturer or at the hardware vendor location. It's when the user open it and enter its credentials, that's where it goes through the internet and recognize that it's through AutoPilot, and then AutoPilot triggers some installation.
They all have Windows 10 on it. Whenever you buy a device, it has Windows 10 on it. It's just the first time you set up the PC, you have some configuration to do every time.
And that's where it gets
And at the second it's on the internet, AutoPilot and Windows 10 will recognize the device and say, listen, you need to configure this that way because this device is from organization X. And then you'll have to enter the credential.
Okay. And let me ask you a tricky question. Maybe not tricky, but you said Windows 10. Any device that's Windows 10, is it, I'm assuming Windows 10 Pro and up? Like probably not.
Yeah. Sorry.
It doesn't have to be enterprise?
No, it can be Pro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So any other questions? No.
Okay.
So
there's another one.
2. Michael. Where's the Pro Series? Okay.
We're gonna send you a link after the presentation.
The last one from Chris says, how many settings are available with AutoPilot? AutoPilot. Okay. Okay, so Michael is asking, where's the Pro Series? If you go on our blog, any blog that talks about Microsoft 365, you will find a link to the actual Pro Series, but we'll have it in the follow-up email to make sure everyone has it. And the question from Chris, Chris is asking, how many settings with AutoPilot? Is it the same as GPO? I don't have an answer for that. I will make sure to include the answer of Chris's question in the follow-up email. So I really don't know for this one.
Okay, well, thank you, everyone. Sorry for one answer that we can to. Yeah, we'll make sure to answer Chris and Spencer's question in the follow-up email. And thank you, everyone, for attending. I guess I'm assuming there's no question. So we're giving you back half an hour. How's that for Thursday afternoon? Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Thank you.